Merry Christmas, boys and girls!
Today we have a special lesson, and for the older boys and girls, you may have heard it before, but we feel like it bears repeating. And it's all about the true meaning of Christmas. We're going to start with why the evergreen tree. The evergreen tree, if you notice, the leaves on it never change. Like other trees that we see outside, the leaves change colors and then they fall. But the evergreen trees, always the leaves stay green, and in fact, their branches face upward. That reminds us God's love never changes. And all we have to do is remember, look up and say hi. Every once in a while, He loves when we talk to Him. If we think of the evergreen tree, boys and girls, we also see that same color and that same leaf placed around wreaths. Here you'll see we have the Advent wreath. Again, a circle to remind us God's love never ends. It never changes. Now we're going to go through a little story about the true meaning of Christmas, and we're going to present to you just a couple of ideas.
Late one Christmas Eve, I sank back, tired but content, into my easy chair. The kids were in bed, the gifts were wrapped, the milk and cookies waited by the fireplace for Santa. And as I sat back admiring the tree with all of its decorations, I couldn't help but feeling that something important was missing. Still, it wasn't long before the tiny twinkling lights on the tree lulled me right to sleep. I don't know how long I slept, but when I woke, I had a feeling that I wasn't by myself. I opened my eyes, and you can imagine my surprise when I saw Santa Claus himself standing next to my Christmas tree. He was dressed all in fur from his head to his toe, just like the poem describes him, but he was not the jolly old elf that the Christmas legend tells us about. The man who stood before me looked sad, disappointed, and there were tears rather than a sparkle in his eyes. "Santa, what's wrong?" I asked. "Why are you crying?" "It's the children," Santa replied sadly. "Teach the children." I was puzzled. What did he mean? "Teach them what?" I asked. Santa's kind old face became soft, more gentle. His eyes began to shine with something more than tears. He spoke softly and said, "Teach the children the true meaning of Christmas."
So boys and girls, we are going to use 3 gifts. Why 3 gifts? If you remember, there were the wise men that came and they brought Jesus 3 gifts. So today, we're going to use 3 gifts to teach you the true meaning of Christmas. The first one is the bell. We hear a lot of bells this time of year in different songs, but the bell was used to remind, shepherds used it to gather the sheep. Jesus is our shepherd. We are His sheep. The next symbol was the candy cane. Now, boys and girls, I know we love to eat this candy cane, but did you know that this candy cane really teaches us a lot? If we hold it like this, it is in the shape of a hook. Again, like the shepherd. We just said that Jesus was our shepherd. So when a shepherd is in the field, he gathers the lost sheep, just like Jesus does for us. And also, if we flip it over like this, the candy cane now is the letter J to remind us of Jesus. So boys and girls, the last ornament is a gift and a present. If you notice, there's a bow. And the reason most gifts do come with a bow or a wrapping, and that's to remind us that Jesus wraps us in His love. So this gift, we don't want you to get caught up in the stuff. What did I get on Christmas morning? And run downstairs and look under that tree. We want you to think of the gift as what was the greatest gift. And the greatest gift was that God gave us Jesus. How awesome is that? So, when we put this present on, we're going to put it on the tree. But boys and girls, we don't want you to look under, we want you to look up. Remember, the evergreen branches face up. Happy birthday, Jesus. Merry Christmas, boys and girls.
Merry Christmas, boys and girls. I'm so excited because I've been saying these things to you guys so often, that God made Santa, and that's the gift. We're all excited about gifts. We're all excited about Santa. That makes perfect sense. But as we have said all the time, and it's one of my most favorite mantras, as I say to you, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, but I say this all the time, and the other priests in the diocese are so jealous that all I have to start is this little expression, and that you'll all yell it out. So I want you to do that with me right now, because we have to remember, as we learned today, that Jesus is
the reason for the season.